what's really, really important to me about collaboration is that you spend your life finding, discovering, meeting those individuals with whom you can collaborate. Now, I don't mean you just meet people and say, oh, I can work with him, I can work with her, not because they don't challenge you, but because they do. What you want is a collaborator who will praise and instill in you and inspire in you to be your best. But you also want a collaborator who will challenge you and challenge anything you do in a way that you can constantly be improving. Collaboration means that the result that comes out of your process with this other person or other people is beyond what you could have done by yourself. It is better than what you could have done by yourself. Because you collaborated with this other person, your work and their work also rose to another level, to the point where you're not sure who did what, how you got there, but you look at it and say, that is amazing. I didn't know that I or we were capable of that. That's your goal. The only way to get there is to give up control. Again, we're back to the control issue. Collaboration between two people is not going to work if you want to control the whole process. It won't work, because then somebody has to give up control. Somebody has to lose. There's one important aspect of collaboration, whether say it's you, the director, with a writer. We'll just use that as an example. That's a collaborative process. And you're talking about the script, you're talking about the scene, you're talking about characters, whatever you're talking about, and you come to a disagreement. And let's say you're the director and over here's the writer, and the writer says, no, I think it should go this way. I think this character should be this way. This is how she should be. She should be tougher. She should be meaner. She should be more. She is not satisfied with herself. This person sees that character or that moment differently than you do. Now, in a healthy collaboration, which you want, how do you handle that? Now, my way of looking at this, if you come to a disagreement and you stay in the disagreement to try to resolve it, and you may resolve it somehow, but if you stay in the disagreement, somebody has to lose. Somebody has to give up. Somebody has to compromise heavily. And that is not good. It's really not good. It's not what you want. So the process, and this is in one of these books over here, the process is get out of the disagreement. And by that I mean go back to a point of agreement. Go back. Go back. If you're talking about the scene and how the scene evolves and what happens between these two characters in the scene and you have a disagreement, say, okay, let's go back to a point where we agree. You can even say that. Let's go back to a point of agreement. We both agreed that this relationship starts this way. Yeah. And that at this moment they're intrigued with each other. Yes. Now it's starting there, and now move towards the point of disagreement. Move towards it. Step by step by step. So you're examining how you're getting to this point where you disagree. Chances are what will happen before you get there, very often, is you'll run into another idea or thought, and someone say, oh, wait a minute. You realize that the reason there's a disagreement down there was because there was a little something here. Maybe if we change this, oh yeah, that'll work. You may find not your way, not the other person's way, but a third way to come to agreement. Your goal is to, let's see if we can come to a point of agreement by moving in on the disagreement, not staying in it and fighting there and trying, one of us trying to win, the other one having to lose. That's collaboration. Another aspect of collaboration, which is really, really crucial, is be willing and open to work intensely with people that work totally differently than you do. If you say, oh, I need people around me who work just the way I do, well, okay, then you're replicating yourself. But if you're working with somebody else, or whether it's a writing partner, say two people who want to write together, and you look at writing differently. You look at story differently. You look at characters differently. Bravo! Now you can learn from each other. Now the collaboration has the opportunity to rise above your own individual levels. If you look at it exactly the same from the beginning, and you don't have different points of view or different approaches to a process or bring different skills to the process, it's not going to grow that much. So look for people who are different, be willing to give up control, be willing to be surprised, and be ready to continue to learn.